Let us see a variant of the Petya malware, which is actually different from the one we showed in the previous video, which immediately shuts down the machine. This one takes its time and tries to propagate into other vulnerable machines. So this machine is going to try to going through our XGS with the protocol analysis module. It's going to go through it, and we have it in simulated blocking, so it's not blocking anything. So it's going to go through and it's going to try to infect the QRadar box, which it can because it's actually not a Windows box, but it's going to find this vulnerable machine, which, by the way, QRadar is aware that is vulnerable, is in our network, has been scanned with either network scanners or with BigFix, and it knows that it's vulnerable. And that machine, that attacker, is going to successfully infect this machine. But when it's gonna be doing that, the XGS with the PAM module is going to be detecting that. And it's going to be sending logs and flows into QRadar. And QRadar, by knowing that this is vulnerable and there is an attack going to it, should fire an offense on vulnerable machines. So this one in here is actually the attacker. We see here is the 131 address, and we're going to be running the malware by running this DLL, which is here. And actually you'll see it as soon as I run the command that it's actually going to disappear. This is the vulnerable machine, the 203. Okay. And we have here the QRadar offenses tab with no offenses whatsoever. So it's clean as a whistle. And here we have the XGS IPS with again no events being related now. So what we're going to be doing is let's actually go ahead and run the actual malware. So we go here, and let me write the command right. It's not ring DLL but run DLL. And you see how that disappeared. That's an indication that the malware actually begin to run. So we're going to wait until this malware is actually very subtle. I run it 2 times already, and on the timing doesn't seem to be the same every time where it's going to be actually doing the propagation. So we're going to wait until we see events on the XGS logs. So I'm pausing the video now. So actually I just got this offense in here, multiple login failures to the same user. That's very interesting. So this machine, which is the attacker machine, is trying to log in as an admin in the Windows 203 machine, and it's failing. I guess he's doing some password guessing. Well, I didn't have to wait long. Here we have a couple of events detected. Windows overflows detected by the PAM module of the XGS. Let's actually go to QRadar. And as expected, destination vulnerable to detected exploit, and this is an exploit of SMB. That's actually very, very nice. Look at the number of events and couple of flows. And if we take a look at the rule that fires, is that lovely rule in QRadar that detects exploited vulnerability. Very nice. So notice that the machine, even though it compromises the boxes, hasn't encrypted the files yet. Let me actually go ahead and reboot this machine, and I probably will trigger the encryption process. The encryption process. Let's see. There it is. The check disk performing the actual encryption. Different behavior, but a lot of similarities with the other sample that we show, and actually with WannaCry in the way that it propagates due to Samba vulnerabilities. Again, if you have Big Fix can not only tell you from the QRadar console what's vulnerable, but can also fix this vulnerability before it strikes. Wow. And if we reboot the other machine that was just attacked and compromised by the machine outside the network, this one now, we see that this one is actually being encrypted as well. Wow.